What's up, everybody? My name is Tone Stevens. I'm coming to you from the Worship Center in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where we just recently installed the Waves SuperRack, upgrading from the MultiRack plugin, which they recently had. You can buy this at Tailors. It's a great product, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what it does. So the big difference between SuperRack and the MultiRack that I've found so far is in MultiRack, you would have your racks and your screen would be flipped into portrait mode. And the organization, like when you built your rack out and then you want to add something, it would be a little bit more cumbersome to keep it looking clean. Like, oh, I want to add another drum or I want to add another vocal. You'd have to add that rack at the bottom and then reorganize your whole session. Wasn't a big fan of that, but we all made it work, right? In SuperRack, your rack shows up sort of like it was in MultiRack. It's in landscape mode, and you can go and you can build customs. So in your custom, you build your first custom layer, and you go in, pick your rack, and add in whatever you want to add in. So I'm adding in my drums dry channel. And I've done all of this work in another overview page. So I can see all of my drums, band, everything there. I have all of my buses and my individual inputs there. Then my vocals with my buses, my effects with my reverbs that are coinciding with my effects, and some masters here. The other really awesome thing that you couldn't do in MultiRack was take and drag the rack up to another screen. And then I'm gonna come back down here and I'm gonna start doing some work. But so this has my snare top up right now, but I want to be able to see my vocal chain for my second vocal. I can keep switching through and seeing everything as I'm going through on my Digico, through all of my different buses. I can just switch through. I can go back to a channel and be able to edit everything on the fly. There's a ton of other things. You had hot plugins in MultiRack, but you also can disconnect these and put them wherever you want them. So if you had a third or fourth screen, you could put that wherever you want it to be. My absolute favorite, so I'm gonna get rid of this rack here. And down here on the rack, I'm gonna go ahead and detach the plugin. And so key plugins that I need to get to as I'm going throughout my session, I'm gonna go ahead and load them up on a screen. And this is where multi-screens come into play at. Load them all up on the screen and you can get to whatever you need to. You can have your hot plugins up there, which I don't use much of right now. I can have some user keys up here or on another screen. Like I said, you can do 4 screens total, and they can all be touch screen. And then the other cool thing with SuperRack with Digico is the functionality of being able to touch something and then grab the console's touch and turn control and make your adjustments. So it kind of keeps you living in a singular environment just by being able to bounce through different pieces of your session. As a brief overview of it all, that's all I really have. Really looking forward to being able to dig into it more with you guys. But for today, that's about all we got.